They say when you marry someone, you don't just marry the person, you marry their whole family. And for Emily, that couldn't have been more true. What she thought would be a warm, welcoming family turned into the most toxic battlefield of her life, and at the center of it all was her mother-in-law. Emily was a kind-hearted young woman. She loved her husband Daniel more than anything. They had met in college, fell in love quickly, and after 3 years of dating, they tied the knot. But there was one problem: Daniel's mother, Linda. From the very first day Emily met Linda, she felt something was off. Linda gave her a fake smile, hugged her loosely, and said, "Well, I guess you'll do." Emily brushed it off, thinking maybe she was just nervous, but she had no idea what was coming. After the wedding, Emily and Daniel moved into a small apartment close to Linda's house. That's when the trouble really began. Linda would drop by unannounced almost every day. She criticized the way Emily cooked, cleaned, and even the way she dressed. "You'll never take care of Daniel the way I did," she would say with a smirk. At first, Emily tried to be polite. She would smile, nod, and let it go. But slowly, Linda's words started to sting. Emily told Daniel how uncomfortable she felt, but Daniel would always defend his mom. "She just cares about me," he'd say. "Don't take it personally." But it was personal. Every little thing Linda did was designed to break Emily down. When Emily cooked dinner, Linda would accidentally bring food over saying, "Here, I made something edible for my son." When Emily decorated their apartment, Linda would laugh and say, "Oh, Daniel always hated that color. I don't know why you'd choose it." And slowly, Emily began to feel like a stranger in her own home. A year later, Emily got the news she had been waiting for. She was pregnant. She thought maybe this would bring the family closer together. Maybe Linda would finally accept her as part of the family, but she was wrong. The moment Linda found out, she said, "Well, I hope the baby looks like Daniel. God forbid it gets your nose." During the pregnancy, Linda became even more controlling. She insisted on coming to doctor's appointments, criticized Emily's diet, and even suggested baby names without asking. Emily felt suffocated, but she stayed quiet, thinking it was just motherly concern. When the baby was finally born, things went from bad to worse. At the hospital, while Emily was still recovering, Linda walked into the room, picked up the baby, and said loudly, "Finally, a child that actually belongs to this family." Emily was shocked. Daniel just stood there, silent, as if nothing happened. From that moment on, Linda acted like the baby was hers.